get right into tonight's stream. So, hello, friends, and welcome to our second part of our Hearts of Iron 4 campaign as the Kingdom of Germany. I'm your host, as always, TheBlueBadger. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch, and I play a wide array of games from Fallout to Elder Scrolls to Baldur's Gate 3, Hearts of Iron 4, and any other game that just happens to suit my fancy at any real given time. And like I said already, we are, of course, going right back into our long-awaited Hearts of Iron 4 game, actually, because I know I had actually meant to do this this past Friday. However, I had some last-minute things that kind of came up, and yeah, ended up canceling it and moving it to today instead. So today, we are going to pick up as the Kingdom of Germany and prepare to rearm and just get ourselves ready for war. For those who may not have been here the last time, essentially, the last time that we played this, we were able to overthrow a certain mustached Austrian painter in Germany, and we have set up a constitutional monarchy under the leadership of Konrad Adenauer. At least I believe that's how you say his last name there, but at any rate, we... Oh, hang on. I'm realizing that I still have the war sound effects on, so I'll turn those off quick. But essentially, we were able to overthrow the fascists, install a constitutional monarchy, and we've slowly started expanding our reach as well. We do have Benelux Europa here founded. It was initially going to expand into the Nordic countries as well. However, they decided to form their own faction at the last minute, so that's unfortunate. But we were able to reclaim our Polish territories without having to fire a shot against communist Poland, apparently. And we forcibly annexed Austria then as well, simply because I wanted to, and I did not want them to be in the Allies. Which brings me to the factions here, because Britain has gone fascist. They are under control of the Black Shirts, with Oswald mostly at the head. And Mussolini has been deposed, but they are still under control of fascists under Dino Grandi, as Mussolini failed in conquering all of Ethiopia, so they overthrew him, obviously. And then, obviously, we do have the Spanish Directory in charge of Spain, as well as the American junta, as the US has decided to go down the fascist route in this particular game that we are doing as well. But other than that, though, obviously we do have some things going on here. Obviously, Japan too also went down the democratic route. China is slowly expanding itself to take over the states, and it's actually allied with Japan here too. I actually did not notice that. And the fascists also overthrew the Soviets as well, so you have fascists in the east here then too. So essentially, our plan for the time being is to essentially just continue rearming, and we will see how things eventually go. So I'm kind of hoping that things will go smoothly, but we were actually able to get our African colonies back from France here. So we do have some colonial presence. Oh, and there is also now a United Kingdom of Brazil and Portugal. So that is interesting here too. So let us continue. So at the moment, it is currently April of 1901 here, and I'm curious to see what assuming factors for licensed product. Okay. Let's just see what that does here. I actually never really cared much for the licenses before, but let's see. For strong, because while testing on internal communication network to test complex, the team identified inefficiencies that could be used to refine similar systems in traditional fort designs. Standardize them, or focus them. And what would it do? Research fortification. Oh, yeah, we'll do that one. bit. Are you relaxing now, Thor? You've been kind of a little bit of a butthead here, so... Oh my, we actually have quite a bit of upgrades that we can do to so let's liability, because I know German tanks are notoriously unreliable here. Let's do long range, because since the US is going fascist in this one, I know eventually we're going to have to bring our boys across the Atlantic, so best to just have everything all good to go. Should do that. And what's the design? And Fermental. And we got one more. Okay. Those ones. What about Mauser? Oh, we got 4 of them that we can do here. All this stuff here, actually. Bolt action. Yeah, let's do semi-auto. Just get all this stuff here taken care of. And this way, too, all of our equipment will be good to go here. Chassis. We'll do this one. Nice. Alright. There, that should do it. And I'm actually gonna hold off on that one, I think, but we will do this, which is modern blitzkrieg. And that reminds me too, what are we doing on ship production here? Oh, shit, we actually are. And do we have any troops in the African colonies? Does not look like it. Okay. So I could have sworn we had recruited some colonies, I guess not. Troops. Okay, so we have the cannot train new special template divisions. Okay, I guess we are just gonna stick with everything and stuff. Start building more tanks, and then get some that'll do. And then we can get all that stuff taken care of here. Alright. And good. And the heavy ships are constructed. And oh right, they moved the super heavy battleships into the research area, so that makes sense. Let's put you, yeah, Barman boss. Let's external armor belt. That'll do. And we'll turn down the music just a hair. Yeah, I don't know why the music is always so dang loud. Okay. There we go. Machine assisted. That's good. And not quite there yet. But we'll get there at some point. Good news, though, is that we will definitely have enough factories once everything's done here. Let's do you. Okay. That way we can just get a little more oil and gas supply going. And what we're doing on our experimental stuff. And dang it, nearly a setback. And pooling technical know-how. This will be good. Every nation has their methods of managing industry and maintaining equipment from each other by sending technical teams to disseminate the knowledge among the members of the Alliance. Okay. Come on. What's going on here? Please don't tell me the game is gonna crash. Yep, I think it crashed. Yep, it crashed. Okay. Let's finish the game then, I suppose. Gotta love it when it does that. It's like in the middle of a stream and I'm trying to get shit done and it ends up just crashing through the desktop. I know, apparently just opening up the research tab is too much. And of course we have to wait for Steam here to... Evidently an update was happening and we had to crash the whole friggin' game. So, screw you too, buddy. Okay. Okay. Let's try this again. What is... Anyways. Okay. Let's try launching it again. Of course. So, oh, good. Now it's done. Alright, are you gonna let me play the game now? Alright, good. Now it's working. But, yeah, I do hope that everyone is having a good, what day is it? Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. I know I've been having a good day here today. Cleaned my apartment a little bit yesterday, so that was nice. And for those who may not know, I actually became an uncle, too, over the weekend, so still just kind of celebrating that a little bit. My brother and sister-in-law have been sending my family and I all sorts of pictures of my new niece, so it's just really nice just to let's see all that. Okay. Now we're back to business. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what happened there. I was just going to look and see what all I can research for air, and we ended up crashing. So, hopefully it doesn't take too long to load up here. So I know sometimes it can either take forever to load, or it'll load up like lickety-split. And so far, it is hard to say. More. Double. But yeah, I will say that just given the fact that we have three of the major powers, ironically enough, who were the biggest of the Allied powers in the Second World War that have gone fascist, so we are likely going to have to face all three of them at some point. And I'm thinking that if it does come to that, that we will take care of Russia first. Just put the bulk of our forces in the east, just knock the Russians out of the war, puppet them, and then focus our attacks then on Britain and the US then. But it is just kind of interesting though, because at some point in the game, the United States may actually end up renaming itself the Confederate States, so it's just kind of funny to think about. At least for me. Just the fact that I am in one of the northern states. Okay, it does look like the game is going to load up a little faster than usual. No bastard ever won a war by dying for his country. He won it by making the other poor bastard die for his. George Patton. And it's true, honestly. It's like, no man ever won a war by dying. It makes sense. The Pope, how many divisions has he got? None. Vatican doesn't really have an army by modern standards. I mean, granted, there's the Swiss Guard, but they're there mostly for ceremonial reasons these days. And I think I may have spoken too soon about it loading up fast. Hey, where are you going, Thor? Can line up another cat train right next to me here. I do hate it when the game just takes forever to load up. So, come on. Maybe it's just because I wanted to, just take a look at the other stuff. Oh, by the way, actually, you may notice too that I'm actually wearing these earbuds rather than the headphones that I usually wear. That is actually by design, because when Germany ends up going into the war, I am actually going to end up putting on a Stalin helmet. So I do have a replica one that of World War II here, actually. And obviously, I wouldn't be able to wear it if I were to wear the regular headphones that I would wear, so I figured I would just be wearing these in the meantime. Alright, and it does look like we're finally back in the game here. Oh, you are very warm. Very warm kitty. I'm sure all cat people can relate to that, just their cats being very warm on your lap. Yeah. And it took the entire main theme of Hearts of Iron 4 to actually get us to load into the game properly. Come on. There. Now we're talking. Alright, can I actually go into the research slot here? What are you doing, bud? There. Now we're talking. Okay. Let's actually get the engines listed here. So I need to Or will you find a spot to sit down? Seriously. Or just lay down right in front of me. That works too. Anyways. Yeah, let's do Pinnacle. Stuff, because I am going to want to start getting some of these other things here research, because I do want to start upgrading a lot of our different ships and abilities. Actually, I think I am going to use this carrier rod. Okay. And yeah, take that. And we are just about ready to start our atomic research here then too. We do have one nuclear research center in Stuttgart here, which I would like to use effectively here. Alright. Wirtschaftswunder. All of our programs and initiatives to revitalize the economy have finally paid off. People around the world are in awe of our financial and industrial recovery and call it the Wirtschaftswunder, an economic miracle. Let's start with that. We don't have any intel then. Okay, I guess we're just going to focus on defense here in the meantime. Yeah, once all the naval yards are done in Königsberg, then I'm gonna start essentially just mass producing ships. Oh, and the Indonesian order is declared war on the Dutch East Indies, so looks like another war is finally broken out. One for control of Indonesia by the looks of it. And us. Oh. Okay. So just going to see what happens here. Oh, it's a fascist organization. Okay. So Indonesian nationals are there. That's interesting. Let's get. Oh, actually, no. Experimental rockets. And that way we can get those sort of weapons constructed. Us here. Test done, and technological advancements. Okay. And not quite there yet. Well, I imagine we're getting pretty... Yeah, we are getting pretty close, so... The Bolivarian Alliance. President Valentin Campa of Mexico's Partido Comunista Mexicano has announced the formation of a new bloc of nations in the Western Hemisphere. The Bolivarian Alliance takes its name from Simon Bolivar, an independence fighter who helped win freedom for many of the Latin American nations, now joining together in the alliance. Their declared goal is to seek an end to the continent's domination by the old European and American empires by building strong socialist states linked together economically and diplomatically. Interesting. So Mexico seems to be leading a alliance of its own here. We shall see how that turns out. What do you want, Noki? Sexy boy. Okay. You done? Alright. And Paraguay has joined the Bolivarian Alliance. Later today, the Mexican Soviet Republic and Paraguay issued a joint statement that the latter has not formally granted membership status to the Bolivarian Alliance. This partnership will be used for offensive, defensive purposes, blah blah blah. Okay. And Argentina's joined them too. So, okay. So the socialist presence has now allied itself in South America here too. And the Kiwi Empire has declared war on New Zealand. Imperial Civil War in New Zealand. Pro-imperial elements in New Zealand have risen up in open revolt against the government, demanding the immediate return of the nation as a dominion of the British Empire. The situation has now escalated to a full-scale civil war in New Zealand, and the New Zealand government has accused the British Empire of supplying the insurgents with the modern weapons and munitions they require. The British government has categorically denied. Okay. Yep, and that's to be expected. The British Empire has allied itself with the imperialists in New Zealand. I'm curious, oh no! Australia hasn't. Although it does appear that they are, have gone fascist here, so that's actually kind of interesting to see that that's the path Australia took. Oh, shit. Okay, well, I think we might be drawn into a war here. The Polish Peasant Republic has declared war on the Russian Empire. Okay. I should probably, all of our, troops here. Okay. Okay. So let's see. We barely have just under 750,000 troops. That's nowhere near enough I had in mind for going to war against the Russians, but I guess we're just gonna have to do it. Okay. Okay. And let's see if we have any other field marshals we can. We don't. Okay, so who do I want to promote to be our field marshal here? Let's go with you. Okay. Alright. From Livingston. Church there, and Winston in charge of the tanks here. And now we'll have that guy actually do some other stuff, I think. And then charge. Okay. And we'll hold the line here, and we'll let Poland fight them on their own here for a moment. We'll see if they actually want us to join in the war or not. Hopefully not. I really don't want to caught up with them quite yet. Oh, yep, it looks like we are going to be dragged into this war. Okay. Come on. And we are now at war with Russia. Alright. Let's try and get to the neutral here. So obviously, we are really not in the best position to take care of things. And Germany is at war again. And since we are once again fighting on the front lines here, I think it's only here that I get the character here. We shall fight with honor and glory. Germany at war again. Although many have wished for a long-lasting peace in Europe, and the music is there. It's like it went all the way back up to the max volume, even though I didn't want it to. Germany at war again. Although many have wished for a long-lasting peace in Europe, a recent turn of events has left Germany on the path to war once again. Despite clearly violating the Treaty of Versailles, German troops have mobilized and are ready to go on the offensive. German officials state that they will no longer keep the Rhineland demilitarized, arguing the need to protect German citizens in the area. Alright. And with that now done, to expand things here and bring on the war economy. Now then, let's try and bring our force in here to help us. There we go. And radio interception group is done, as well as the stronghold network, so that's good. And let's get... And we do not have enough. Okay. Okay, so we'll on the special projects here then. Let's get all of our allies involved here. And call them all. Alright. So now we have all of our allies going, and El Salvador has been annexed by Mexico. Alright. And we shall try and get square away then for allies. Alright. Lithuania resist basing rights. Fearful of an invasion, the ministers of Lithuania have offered to allow German troops to base themselves inside Lithuania's borders. In return, the Lithuanian government expects the Kingdom of Germany to protect them from any who would threaten their sovereignty. Although with troops inside their borders already, Lithuania would be quite powerless to resist any German defenders. Okay. And yeah, so we'll do that. They're already allied with us anyways. And Wirtschaft for the... Okay. And since we are now at war, I think it's time to adopt the new Panzer Doctrine. Heinz Guderian and other radical theorists are pushing for daring new doctrines, emphasizing communication, identification of Schwerpunkt, and local concentration of combined armed forces. Giving them free reins might help to avoid the meat grinder horrors of the Great War. We shall do just that. And the good news is that in about a month we'll have the first of our next batch of troops ready here. Actually, if we can push on to Belarus here. Should, hypothetically, be able to cut off all the different troops that they have here in Eastern Poland, which honestly would be ideal. And super heavy battleships. Naval arms race may have diversified in recent years, yet it is hard to deny the sheer majesty of the battleship and the potential of building even greater behemoths. Oh, that reminds me. I should probably our fleets here take care of this business. First things first, though, I should probably merge all of those. With the Kriegsmarine. Well, this one, yeah, we'll have our U-boats go and just harass their shipping here. At the very least, just to keep them preoccupied. Okay. You know what? Screw it. Let's get the Kriegsmarine involved in the convoy raiding too. Alright. There we go. And Honduras is capitulated. Yeah. We'll just control the Baltic Sea, just so that the Russians aren't able to, us off then. The People's Republic of Hellas has declared war on the Tsardom of Bulgaria. And destroyers are good. Let's get you done here. Okay. And actually, Wolfpack. We'll get that done. And so let's keep strikes going here then too. And Communist China took 2 states. Okay, so Communist China's going after them. And, hang on. Just because the Hearts of Iron 2 theme is a little louder than the rest, but the Commonwealth of Socialist Republics rebirth. As Poland and Lithuania are once more governed by Hold up, what? Oh! As Poland and Lithuania are once more governed in a single state, the Polish government has begun drawing on history for its propaganda. In an effort to unite the people behind its policies, historical experts bombard the population with various ways in which united Poland and Lithuania could stand against the threats of their borders. Recounting from the height of power of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, the approach seems to having some effect on the redirecting people's outrage, focusing their thoughts on the glory days of old. Today, the Polish government has taken a step further by claiming the restoration of the Commonwealth, renaming the country the Commonwealth of Socialist Republics. Well, that's interesting. Okay. And we have officially cut off the Russians in Poland. Let us actually focus on squashing them all. Here then. So, let us push them back to the Belarusian border. And then we'll focus on taking what's left. Alright. And heavy machine guns. Michael again. Actually have additional troops here. there's that one. And we'll keep that little army then just on standby for okay, and let's take care of that. And Nicaragua has been forced to surrender to the Mexicans. Alright. Okay, and we are dealing with a little bit of a manpower shortage here, unfortunately. You know what? Yeah, let's cancel these other tanks that are being produced here. We'll get more at a later point, but just because I do want to focus our production on other stuff. And this way it frees up manpower then too. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to take care of a couple of other things here. But yeah, I am honestly quite proud of this encirclement that we have done here, because I have the distinct impression that we've captured... Oh yeah, we have a good sizable chunk of the Russian army encircled there in eastern Poland, so that will help us greatly. And I think our allies will be able to hold off the Russians then. For now. Let's get Army Group 2 here going. You know what? Actually, I'm going to send this guy to go and help our allies. They're not going to attack, though, but they are going to... Oh, I did have Rommel and Guderian here. Huh, neat. Actually, that's a good point. Where are our tanks? Yeah, we'll put Guderian in charge of those. Okay. And let's put Kessel in there. Okay. Okay. Oh, right. I should probably pick up our next one here. Alright, liberate oppressed peoples. There are many peoples in the Russian Empire who are built to us and wish for liberation more than anything. Perhaps we should free them from their oppressors and have them become our newfound allies in the East. That way we can actually start doing a couple other things here. And unfortunately, just like in actual Germany, we do have a little bit of an issue with our production here. So we are definitely going to have to try and fix that at some point. Alright. Actually, let us start... Yeah. Well, let's start decrypting the Russian code here. Let's... yeah. Get some engineering going here. And Costa Rica's now fallen to the... Oh? And Congo has fallen into civil war, it looks like. So that's interesting. You. Alright. Yeah, we'll do all that stuff. Shlug of Baku. In an effort to improve public opinion towards the war effort, our propaganda minister selected exceptional cinematic production on Shlug of Baku. Sublime viewing experience of strong patriotic sentiment for screening across the country. We hope this heralds the beginning of a long and storied tradition of our patriotic film industry. The results have been excellent so far. Well, that's good. And campaign instructions. Ooh. West being attacked. He's planning for Russian war efforts. Okay. So that'll be helpful then. It'll give us a little bit of a bonus. Okay. Users. Type decisions. Okay. And good, we do have some top research we can do here. But anyways, designs the priorities attack. Designing a new class of battleship allows us the opportunity to focus our efforts on improving our ability to dominate naval battlefield, which should we prioritize? Light guns, speed, or heavy guns. Let's focus on speed. And then start constructing a nuclear reactor. Experiments have proven that splitting atoms through fission releases vast amounts of energy, which should be used to power generation. Or perhaps as fuel for bombs. And there's definitely that too. And super heavy howitzers. That going then as well. What is our production doing here? Okay. Well, yeah. Focus on those ones. Oh. And a communist uprising then in Yugoslavia. As Yugoslavia declares war on Greece, and Mexico declared war on Ecuador. Alright, the repressed peoples. Okay. And hold joint military drills. Our eastern allies have fought the Russians more recently than we have, and may possess valuable knowledge on how to best beat them. We should organize military drills together so that such knowledge is spread around. There we go. And Mexico's declared war on Venezuela as well. Jeez. Everyone is going to war with one another. And France is now being a pal and giving us all sorts of weapons to get back. And Venezuela joins the Allies. Oh, and it looks like the the American junta declared war on the Mexican Soviet Republic. Dawn of the Confederate North American nations. Douglas MacArthur announced today that the American junta has reached out to form a new alliance. Confederate North American nations have made it public that their intent is to cooperate in case of war. Although the great coalitions can deter against aggression, we've seen the consequences they bring when conflict does arise. The intentions of different parties joining in this new alliance is still debatable, but what purpose it may end up being may be unknown even to its instigators. Oh, it's just them in Panama. Looks like they are going to war against Mexico. And we'll start influencing them. And we'll wait and see. Let's go there. Ah, dang it. The Kingdom of Yugoslavia foils our plan. In no uncertain terms, Prince Paul of Yugoslavia let us know that he thinks of our recent attempt to influence their internal politics. Means to say, our diplomats have been these parts of the message before presenting it to Conrad Adenauer. Okay. And good news is that at least this way we'll be able to take out a good bulk of the Russian army here. And most Sandig operative captured. Oh, and it looks like the Bulgarian Civil War is over. And which side ended up winning? It looks like the Tsarists ended up winning. And they are allied with the communists. So that's interesting. Okay. Okay. Yeah, look at this. Yeah. That was a good encirclement. We got that done. In that case. Nah. Hold up. That. Although, since we are going into Russia, let's work on our logistics. Getting that upgraded. Okay. Now. That's. Again, the capital of the Russians is in St. Petersburg here. So I have a few different options. I can either A, focus on the north, take St. Pete. You know what? Let's go to the north. Let's actually just try and do what the Germans actually failed to do, and that is to actually defeat the Soviets. So the Mustache Man in the actual war focused more on acquiring territory than he did actually just taking out the Soviet military. So we shall fix that. Librarian Protectorate claimed. Poland has taken over. Wait, Poland has taken over lordship of Liberia? Since 1932, Liberia has seen Poland as its preferred investment partner, believing the nation to have few colonial ambitions. However, this agreement has now made Liberia a little more than a Polish puppet. U.S. officials have denounced the decision, seeing Liberian independence as a necessary component of the nation's founding principles. Mayor Kustock has accused the fellow KPP members of engaging in colonialism. She vows that this is merely to protect Liberia from would-be colonizers, though many remain unconvinced. Poland in Africa. Let me actually see what their flag looks like now. Oh, it's Liberian. Huh. Well, that's interesting. So that's done. And how many planes have we got here? Alright. Yep, time for us to start heading north here. On to St. Petersburg, then on to Moscow. Let's put them there. Okay. What's that? Okay. Now we're talking. So, we actually have some... Oh, right. The panzer groups that we have here. I'm gonna put Normal in charge of these ones here, I think. And since these guys are going on the offensive, we'll put Van Meister in charge here then too. Okay. No, not that affects the eastern bulwark. Alright. Now, this will be the true Operation Barbarossa, and essentially, I am just going to have them try and push their way to Moscow and St. Petersburg here. Have a secondary objective. I think, yeah, have them go that way. Okay. And Communist China continues to grow here. Curious, do they have more with, well, it looks like they do have, truce for the time being. Okay. And push on democratic government of Greece has declared war on... Okay, so Greece has entered a civil war now. Get some mining crap going here. And engineers. Let's get them going. And we do have some things going here. And pivotal discovery. Very nice. So 15% production increase and drowning in creativity. Cool. So that's the increase. You know what? We are actually going to need a couple more of these here. This way we can start getting some more synthetic oil production going here. Oh, that reminds me, I should probably that. Let's grab your howitzers. This development process, critical decision must be made. We can prioritize fast production and smaller caliber guns. Bigger and heavier guns, sacrificing production efficiency for unparalleled firepower and devastating impact. Keep the balance. Let's see. Keep the balance. Is that looking at the others? It doesn't really seem worth it the other way. Okay. What's that? And for military production support. The eastern buffer states lack strong industrial power base that we have. We should offer them support in producing weapons and ammunition, so that they can hopefully hold their own for a while if attacked by the Russian Empire. And we'll do just that. And there we go there. Okay, and we'll do improved radio productions. And obviously we do have that going, so... And... we are gonna have to wait a little bit, I think, just so that we can get our, production going. Precision... I In order to supply our reactors with nuclear fuel, we need to decide on the process which separate the useful isotopes of the uranium from the rest. There are a number of proposals for separation facilities, but the two frontrunners are gaseous and centrifugal. Gaseous is a proven technique. Be more efficient in the long run. Gain secret resource. Consumer goods factor. Yeah, let's do that one. Okay. And the Russians are holding strong in there. I don't know if we can. Come on. We can just take out those. Come on. Keep attacking. There we go. Now they're breaking through. And nothing in circle. Poland requests to purchase Cameroon. The Polish Maritime and Colonial League today has approached German ambassador in Warsaw next and offered to purchase the overseas territory of Cameroon. Exchanging Cameroon with Poles would certainly provide stabilizing budget surplus for the Kingdom of Germany, but would, however, make the Commonwealth Socialist Republic sovereign over all of Cameroon and her precious raw resources and civil population. And no, it's an integral part of our empire. There, so that's done. Hey! And we have broken through and taken St. Petersburg. However, let us occupy that. Okay. Okay. Let us get some trade agreements going. Mittel Europa is not only an alliance of force, but a union to help establish better trade relations and economic cooperation. We should emphasize this role and use it to reach out to those who are rich in natural resources. And what have we got here? Definitely have a lot of stuff here. Yeah, what do you? Okay. And a major breakthrough then, too, on the super heavy battleship and the howitzer. Alright. And the fall of St. Petersburg. St. Petersburg, birthplace of the Russian Revolution, has fallen to advancing German forces. Sporadic fighting can be heard from the suburbs, but a strange calm appears to have settled over the rest of the ruined city. Earlier today, columns of German soldiers marched past St. Isaac's Cathedral, whose great dome had been painted gray by the Imperial Army engineers, to avoid attention of marauding Luftwaffe bombers, despite their efforts to get riddled with bullet holes and shrapnel impacts. Another victory for das Vaterland. Okay. So, yeah, St. Petersburg has been captured. Huh? Great. Facility strike. Wait, I'm not a war. Huh. Okay. Well, I guess they are looking at possibly starting war with us. Actually, speaking of wars, let's actually see what's going on here then. Okay, so the American junta is basically pushing in on Mexico City, which kind of was to be expected, honestly. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next. Alright. And another encirclement. And the Dutch East Indies have reclaimed Indonesia, so that's good for them. Let's see what all is done here. I should probably check and see how doing here. And Netherlands continues some threes works. A large-scale land reclamation project has been underway. No, okay, so essentially they're just planning to expand that lands, honestly, so okay. And yeah, well, I suppose. Alright, let's actually see how it's doing here. Okay, so we've lost 1.2 million soldiers here. And the Russians have lost about 1.8. Okay. You know, actually... Yeah, we don't have the support weapons. Okay, we're gonna have to just wait. Alright. And recognize the Italian Empire. No. Gandhi has declared the dawn of the Italian Empire. While Ambassador to Rome recommends that we merely recognize this fact and let the Italians have their dreams of grandeur, others are worried about this turn of events. They argue that placating the Italians will only lead to more concessions, and that would restrain much dreams of their empire. Yeah, we'll recognize them. Yes. We'll see who is, Okay, so it is still him. And how are we doing here? Oh, so it's a communist revolution that's going on in, the Congo, eh? That's interesting. And we shall see how that goes for them in the end. And trade agreements. Okay. Well, we could just conquer Italy outright, but, nah, I think we'll, pass on that for now. Actually, yeah. Shared R&D projects. For the good of our cause, we must pool our scientific knowledge and share our technological advances with our new allies. Alright. Taken care of. Okay. Now let's actually start get some of the other stuff going here. We'll actually have these guys halt. Just have them help hold the line against everyone else there. And this way too we can divert our resources to one section of the frontier. Ooh, actually, yeah, that's that event there gave me an idea. We should probably have our own spies do a little bit of infiltrating as well. Go with the Sebastopol stuff. And there. That'll do. Alright. Electronics? No, not you. Okay. And nuclear power expert. Nuclear warfare expert. Yeah, definitely having you. Okay. Alright. Let's go on. Yeah, and I'm not going to be able to complete the Plan C event, but whatever. Kind of got a little distracted. Actually, we do have couple of different things here. Reactor design. When trying to design a reactor, we need to choose what materials for moderator. So we delicate design the entire reactor. We can use heavy water, or we can use graphite, both of which have their pros and cons. Moderator, heavy water will be cheaper. Yeah, we'll do that one. Okay. And nothing there yet. Okay. And yeah, I think that's basically it. Okay. Priorities defenses. Our top naval commanders gave us an impossible task to make this ship nigh invincible. Now we know that is impossible, we have to at least try and make it so. This time, what should be our priority? And we'll do anti-air. Because the one issue that super battleships had was that their attacks were pretty common. Okay. Let's move you here. Okay. This way we can get them in a little better. I'm debating whether or not I should just pull all of my forces from the south here and have them head north. Nah, I should keep them there. For now, at least. Okay. And what do we got? New recoil reduction system. Okay. That's good news for them. Enter direction. Okay. Perfect. And the super heavy howitzer is done. And unfortunately, we do not have stuff we can do in the meantime for it. And hey, we are now actually gaining oil. So it looks like our synthetic production is doing good. Alright, and the Manhattan Project. We should redouble our efforts into cracking the secrets of the atom and look into weaponizing it against the Russians. This will prove easier thanks to our newfound allies, who may be willing to share any info they have on the matter. Alright, that'll do. You know, actually, I'm gonna deprioritize that because it may be a while before we actually get everything going. Okay. And that's the end of that alliance. The American junta has basically taken control of everything. Alright. Yeah, I guess that alliance didn't last long. Us with Lutz wounded. Bring the battle successful conclusion, it seems. Oswald Lutz put himself in a bit too much risk while leading his men. He has been wounded, and it will likely take some time for the wounds to heal. Unfortunate. Maybe a little bit yet. However, once we done, I'm thinking we'll just everyone back. Ooh, actually. Damn. You know what? Actually, I have a better idea. I will redeploy these tanks up here. Okay. Yeah, we'll have the tanks go up there and leave the ground troops or infantry, I mean, to just kind of hold the line there. Because it definitely seems that the Russians are amassing to try and counterattack in the south, which is fine, honestly. It's like, let them try. Okay. Let's have them take, risk them. Okay, that's done. And Panzerfaust. Thank God. Of course. Okay. Okay. Let's refocus. Alright. Have them halt the attack for the time being. Actually, yeah, let's there we go. That way we can expand. And the British Empire pressures the Spanish Empire. With traditional British influence in the Mediterranean projected from Gibraltar, it should come as no surprise that the British government just decided to put political pressure on the fascist government in the Spanish Empire. Still rebuilding from the Civil War, British support is far more important than political principles. And the Mannerheim project. So that's done. Okay. And build a defense. Actually, urbanization. The introduction of modern machinery and agriculture has freed up a lot of people who flock to the cities and seek new employment. These folks can be put to good use in our factories where they can continue to make our economy one of the strongest in the world. Okay. Go. And keep on going with computing machines here. At least this way, we actually do have some convoys that are being taken out there. Alright. And we shall keep going that way. And we'll keep on going with these guys here. But, yeah, our, it's, definitely going slow but steady. So now we have, Smolensk under our... here. And we're slowly closing in on Moscow. Right. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna take a gamble. I'm gonna pull these troops, have our infantry go and take care of business up here. So we can push the Russians out of the Kola Peninsula, then we'll be in business here, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna have to most like our service again here. Alright. Here's my question. Oh, they are already here. Okay. Now let's try and take Murmansk. Okay, now we're talking. Alright. And we'll bring the Panzers back down to the Ukraine. There. With that, and we should probably get some more research going here then too, because I kind of forgot to get that going. Okay. And urbanization, mass production. With all industrial progress we have made recently, with a lot of means production, we should put all this newly found knowledge and understanding into streamlining our assembly lines and producing material on a scale never seen before. So, yeah, hopefully that'll help. There, now we're back in business. Okay, let's actually have them slow things down here a little bit. Just have them not blow all themselves up quite yet. And Croatia has joined the Allies. Okay. Now what? Okay, so it's 1942. Yeah, we'll do you. Alright. But the good news is that now we're actually getting to our military factories here, so that should help us quite a bit. And let's upgrade to the latest weaponry here. We'll actually really slow it down here. Have them just try and this is. Hey, we now have the cipher going. You know what? I think I'm gonna activate it now. Okay. Actually, let's... Okay, so they basically got them to the Dnipro. Nice. And... yeah. That'll do. Let's try and take Kyiv if we can. And hey, we managed to take Kyiv. Okay. There. That'll do it. Alright. And hold the line. And yeah, we will take control of St. Petersburg and not Kyiv. Okay, I guess they are just going to be dicks about it. Okay. And we do have another one going here, so let's get construction going. Right. And let's get another spy. We'll get you. And we must have lost another one. And there. Now we can get a little more going there. This production's done, and build a defense industry. Having finally been able to stabilize and even strengthen our economy many folds, we can now turn our attention to securing the sovereignty of our nation, building a proper defense industry, safeguarding the German people's industrialness, and drive for progress and excellence. Yeah, I think we finally managed to break the line here, because it looks like the Poles managed to get through here. Our tanks helped to take over Kyiv, and yeah, and it looks like the Pole Peninsula is now ours. And we have another research option we can do here. Let us... Yeah, let's just continue doing these. Okay. Alright. And... yeah. Start with those productions. Hopefully get them all going here. Let's actually take a moment to take a look at our experimental facilities. See if there's anything in particular going on here. Okay. Not yet. Alright. Large caliber. With a devastating bombardment over vast distances. Actually, no. We'll hold off on that one for now. And Guderian wounded. Oh wait. Who declared war on Russia? Oh! Awesome. So we have them on our side here too. Although it's too late, I'd say. Well, we could probably... yeah, we'll probably hand over some of those territories over to them once we are done here. You know what? Yeah, I am gonna merge these. Okay. Let me. I do not. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll just all of our tanks in this one here. And once that is done... Actually, no. Guderian's wounded, so we will focus them. Alright. Ah, shit. I hate it when I do that. Okay. Because it's like, it just messes up everything. But at least they won't be able to just go straight through. Alright. Alright, and they won't. Yeah, we'll sign the non-aggression pact. No need to go to war with them if they are fighting the Russians with us here. Start heroism. And continue the campaign instructions here. Alright, and improve forts. Okay. And Zarston. Alright, and keep going. And we will let them move their troops through our territories here. Alright. Next stop, Moscow. Fortunately, we actually have enough oil to maximize everything that we are doing here now. And we'll continue with the construction here, just so that we can accelerate our production. Once we capitulated here, then we should be to go. Alright. And how are we doing here? Alright. Actually, looks like our troops are going to be linking up with the Polish troops down here. So, we'll let them. And Turkey joins the Allies. Earlier today, the British Empire and Turkey issued a joint statement that the latter has now been formally granted membership status of the Allies. And then it gives us standard stuff, so that's interesting. And defense industry. And war production. War has engulfed us once again, but we will not buckle and we will not fall. We will mobilize our industrial might and outproduce any foe unwise enough to think they can crush the German people's unbending will. Alright. Actually, I am gonna link up our forces here, I think. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this war's definitely going in our favor so far. Pact. We shall sign that with the Swedes. And Ronald has been wounded. That's not good. Alright, and we are slowly approaching the Kremlin here. Where are... Okay. That, and... yeah, bring them here. Get them, help us maintain air superiority. Here. Kind of interesting how we are approaching Moscow from the east, rather than the way around. And medium tanks. There. Alright. I'm taking care of. And Moscow is ours. Let's actually see if they will let us actually occupy Moscow. And will they also let us take... No, they won't. Okay. Alright. The fall of Moscow. At dawn today, German panzers smashed through the hastily erected barriers on the streets of Moscow, and half-tracks were seen unloading Panzergrenadiers in Red Square. Thick and bellowing smoke from the many fires raging in the suburbs could be seen rising into the air as German infantry stormed the Kremlin. Grenades and flamethrowers were reportedly needed to fight stubborn NKVD holdouts intent on defending every inch of the complex. The Russian capital is now in German hands, but has been left in a burning ruin. Unconfirmed reports indicate Lenin's embalmed corpse was safely evacuated east. At last, Moscow is ours. And we do have the first round of research. Alright. We'll have him in. That's on the... Ow. Well, shit. Well, fuck my ass. Call me a bitch. I guess I'm gonna have to wait until the next one then. Oh well. Okay. It doesn't matter. Yes, 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 I see you. Stop it. There. You happy now? Big chunk. You are stubborn. And more production. And we'll do... Alright. Let's do... salvage captured equipment. Establishing facilities to salvage and repurpose captured enemy equipment. For our military, we can refurbish and integrate captured weapons, vehicles, and machinery to bolster our forces. Being kind of a butt. Alright, get down. Sure. Alright. Now then. Let us... we actually, take control of, Sebastopol here, or... All in Sevastopol. The heavily fortified city of Sevastopol, by Hist's Soviet Black Sea's fleet has finally succumbed to German attacks. is lost, they'll surely hamper any Soviet attempt to contest the Black Sea, and the fall of the city is regarded as a significant German victory. From Berlin, staying in the city shall henceforth be known as Wilhelmshaven after Theodore the Great. Alright. Okay, let's get the Air Force. There's no way that should be able to resist this here. Okay, come on, it's not bad. Alright. There, now we're talking. Now that we actually have some air power helping us out there. Okay, for crying out loud, buddy. Okay. Okay, stop. It's kind of a pest. Alright. Let us reform the line on this here, and then we will prepare for a final assault that will hopefully break the back of the Russian forces here. So I would very much like to have them as just so that we don't have to worry about this at least here. Alright. And here we go. And that's fine. And just push into the middles. Alright, let's go. Let us see how quickly we can get them to capitulate. Now we're actually pretty fast. Advanced research. Getting resources to research and development, cutting-edge tank technology will yield new insights and breakthrough results. So will enhance our combat capabilities, making our panzers even deadlier. Yeah. Alright. Alright, that is captured. Okay. There. Now we're talking. Iranian operative captured. We'll get to one of these. And South Africa is capitulated to the British. And abandon that. And we'll need to keep that going. Okay. It's you. Commune of Algeria is declared war on Bourbon, France. Anarcho-Communist Union of Africa. That's a first. join them. And hey, we'll be able to fight Spain into our faction. I mean, not Spain. The French into our faction, so this will be good. Algeria. Oh, that's what these guys are. Okay. Okay. So it looks like we have a couple of other areas to look at then. Right. I'm gonna have our forces focus on fighting the Russians, though. Jeez. Okay. So, yeah. So the Corfu cooperation has joined forces with the Russians, so that's interesting. Okay. So hopefully we can get them to capitulate. Oh? American junta blockades oil shipments. The American junta has taken a bold, outrageous step of completely blockade capital warship scene outside of Caracas, and the Venezuelan government has supposedly been informed that a full blockade has been enacted to stop oil trade between our countries. Yeah, that is a clear violation of neutrality there. Alright. And almost wounded again. Okay. And keep the amphibious tanks going. And at least our allies are making quick work there. Okay. Let's refocus our armies here. And keep going there, gents. So if we could take Tsarist, then I think we'll be able to get the Russians to capitulate here. Okay. Ooh, my ass is getting sore. Okay. Let's, increase trade. If the German people are to thrive, we must import. We cannot extract or build within our own borders. We must look outward and sign new trade deals with other nations. Deals that favor us, of course. And Bulgaria has capitulated. That's good news. That's the closest. Okay. Let's try that. And the ball is Advancing German spearheads have seized Zarstan, the industrial center on the banks of the Volga. After fighting their way through the ruins, Arston Tractor Factory, and using strategically vital Kurgan heights, the Germans have forced the Russian defenders across the Volga to its eastern shore. According to unconfirmed reports, holdouts from the Imperial Army fighting together with partisans have retreated into sewers and basements to continue their struggle. No significant organized resistance is believed to remain, however. That is good news for us. And the Russians are still fighting here. So, yep, it looks like we are just gonna have to keep going for a little while longer yet. Alright. And assembly line production. The American junta is declared war on Denmark. Well, that's interesting. Alright. That's unfortunate. But we are still... And I don't think I'm gonna stop either until we have, completed everything. Let's expand the Luftwaffe. Modern wars cannot be won without dominating the skies. We must do everything in our power to develop an air force. That we shall. Let's actually see if we can't get Lieutenant Tuva on our side. Oh, they joined the other stuff. In that case, we'll at least do a non-aggression from get that taken care of. And Yugoslavia has capitulated. Let's see if we can't get the Russians to now as well. Right. Keep going. Let's release. Alright. That going then too. Initiate trade agreement with the Burg of France. We'll do just that, actually. Moroccan People's Republic is declared war on France. All of our allies going here. Okay. And strategic importance of airborne troops. The VODs has not been lost to us. Training these elite paratroopers for rapid deployment behind enemy lines will enhance their versatile and combat prowess, bolstering our overall offensive capabilities. Speaking of which, we shall keep doing it. Lieutenant Tuva has capitulated. That's unfortunate. Take that. Essentially just take all the help that we can get. People's Republic of Congo incites colonial resistance. The Congolese government has apparently started shipping weapons to resistance groups in Africa and are harboring and training dissidents and militias in their attempt at liberation of their states under our occupation. We need to be wary regarding the region going forward. So that's interesting. Okay. I need to get some air power into the region. Over here. Okay. Let's boost that. How you doing, buddy? Huh? Yes, I know. Are you done being a pesto? So if you want to just stay and cuddle, you can, but I don't want you being a butthead if that's all you're gonna be. Stop it. Joys of owning a cat. That just you know what? I'm just gonna take this. I think. Okay. And on the Jagdwaffe should form a Jagdwaffe, a dedicated force of fighter aircraft to secure air superiority, combining rigorous training, advanced tactics, and cutting-edge technology. We will dominate the skies and allow our land forces to roll across the battlefield, shaking the ground like thunder. You know what? Kind of thinking about it, I'm gonna have that just be integrated into the Italian Empire, because that way we can actually force them to the negotiating table, at least their alliance here. So, that's good. Here. And some. It's fine. What? Press manpower for garrisons. Yeah, that's fine. We'll send. Yeah, we'll send 2. Just help them hold things down. Actually, yeah, we'll have them head to Yekaterinburg. Li Zongren takes national leadership in China. Following an extensive power struggle between Chiang Kai-shek and Li Zongren, the former has finally conceded defeat and met Li Zongren in his residence. After nearly 2 hours of negotiation, Chiang Kai-shek has evidently accepted a proposal to transfer power to Li Zongren and step down as premier of the Republic. Groups of supporters of the two leaders had previously gathered outside the house, prompting fears of a violent clash between the two sides depending on the outcome. However, no violence has been reported, and it appears that the transition of power has been fairly smooth. We have averted another civil war. Is that enough to... It is not. Okay. And we'll streamline production. Alright. And now it looks like we have enough to push them out of Kazan. There. Now the Russians have capitulated. Okay. Now that that's done, who's left in there? It's here. Looks like, just Greece. For the most part here. Okay. No, not there. Alright. I'll bring those down there. And what do you? Aeronautical Research Institute. Air warfare has grown in importance and complexity since the Great War, and since the Versailles Treaty forbade us from fielding an air force, we have been lagging behind in aircraft development. Try me to this, we should build I'm not even going to try and say that. Or an Aeronautical Research Institute. Develop innovative airframes, engines, and weapons to secure air superiority. Alright. Get that taken care of. And this. Oh. Torpedo launcher. Okay. That taken care of. Okay. Well, let's at least focus on taking out the freaks here. And once that's done, we'll get some taken. Okay, push on to Athens. Japan's declared war on... Really? They're going into another civil war? Jeez Louise. I guess the fascist elements there in Japan just do not give up. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh my. Alright, and New Zealand has been annexed. Italian Empire's jumping in. Brussels Treaty signed, and move that reminds the world that the worst is not yet behind us. Several of the former Allied powers announced the signing of a new treaty in Brussels today. Although ostensibly intended as a treaty mutual, it was from German message sent to leaders and allies of the Russian Empire. Several states caught in the midst of this geopolitical tension have taken opportunity to declare a principle of a formal neutrality. Okay. Oh! Hold up. Okay, so Turkey left the Allies, but apparently Italy has just rejoined them. The Spanish Empire has now rejoined the Allies too. Should get captured. Okay. And the last one. Okay. And it looks like it's done here. Alright. And we'll start the V2 rocket program. So this way, actually, get some things going. The railway gun. And fleet submarine. Alright. There we go. Okay. Now, first things first, let's actually give allies what they were wanting. Let's give territory that Poland lost back to them. If I can find Poland. Ah, there we are. And this way they actually have access to the sea again. Okay. I want to give them all that territory. Well, at the very least, give them that. Okay. Finland. Okay. Now. Okay. You. I'm a puppet Greece. And where's Bulgaria? Here it is. Bulgaria. Actually, we'll take them. Let's see what else we can do here. Tajikistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan. Actually. And where's the Koban Union? No, not the Germans. They'll just submit those demands there. Oh, it's the Koban National Union. That's what it's called. Okay. And let's actually yeah, let's liberate Ukraine here. Crimea. Then where's Chechnya? And what is this one? Federal Republic of Carpetanas. What that one is. Here we go. Okay. That'll do it. You jerk. Alright. And we'll pop it what's left of the Russians here. Okay. Now to decide what to do with Serbia. Actually. So that. And. Kind of a bite. Okay, there we go. So, Serbia. That's the and Montenegro. Okay. Okay, there we go.
You stop that. Stop that. Stop going after my thing.
He's being such a pest. Okay. Hey, we have officially won our first war. And we've expanded Middle Europa quite a bit, actually, too, in the process. And hey, we actually do have a Fontaine line on our side here then. Oh, I did not want to do that. I wanted to annex those territories. There we go. Now, that's better. Okay. That's done. Let's... Okay. So there we have it. And how are we doing? Yeah, we'll actually get that going here and donate some fighters to Bulgaria. Okay. Here. Right. And obviously, since we have hold of Russia, we can obviously get some things from them. And actually, we'll get them from here. And then the chromium, then we can actually get them for the Russians? Maybe not. Okay. There we go. And the Tsardom of Bulgaria accepts our donation. The Bulgarian High Command has gladly accepted our proposal. Munshov has personally thanked the donation of our aircraft, stating that the relationship between the Kingdom of Germany and the Tsardom of Bulgaria is becoming stronger, more prosperous, and mutually beneficial. So, Denmark cancels trade agreement. Well, that's unfortunate. Conrad Adenauer got a personal telegram from that agricultural trade agreement between both countries is to cease. No explanation was offered, leaving everyone guessing the meaning behind the sudden decision. Right? In the Tsardom of Bulgaria, uranium mining concessions. Our good relations with our Bulgarian allies just paid off. The Bulgarian government has granted us exploitation rights to their uranium deposits near the town of Buhov. They claim that their technology is still far from being able to make good use of the substance. They will prefer to sign concessions agreement whereby we control the mines of Buhov in exchange for basic productions of Bulgarian industry and agriculture. Thus, favorable agreements will not only provide us with new source of uranium, but will undoubtedly further improve relations between the Kingdom of Germany and the Tsardom of Bulgaria. Fascinating. Okay. Special project is down there, so that's good. Alright. And we'll ban political uniforms. Weimar era was plagued with paramilitary organizations and political groups taking their fight to the streets. In an effort to ensure stability for the future, we should ban these open displays of political affiliation. And, you know what? I think we may actually just kind of wrap things up here then for tonight, actually, as we did get good way in, and we've actually wrapped things up here then for the hold up, actually, where is the oh, really? Cheetah is where they put the capital? That's interesting. But anyways, we are going to wrap things up here then this evening. So yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun getting back into this game, obviously. And we are making some steady progress here then too. We've already defeated one of the 3 enemies that we were likely going to be facing in this campaign, that of course being the Russians. So now the Russian bear is on our side, and now we can focus our attention next time on taking care of the British and the Americans. But at any rate, though, that will be in a few weeks' time, actually. I know the next 2 Fridays are going to be busy for me, so we probably won't be doing anything there. So I will keep you all posted with my schedule on Twitter and Discord for all that stuff. But our next stream, however, will be tomorrow evening. We will be playing some more Baldur's Gate 3. We're going to be picking up with the Twin Tabs campaign that we have been doing with that one there. But let us go and raid out here then. So I think we are going to go raid out to our good friend Cernatako. They are currently pushing for partner, and they are currently playing Baldur's Gate 3 with another friend of ours, that of course being Red Spectre. So we will go and give them all that badger support. But at any rate, I still want to thank you all so much for tuning in this evening, giving me the valuable currency that is your time. And if you like what you saw here on Twitch, be sure to hit that follow button to stay up to date on all the content, and even consider subscribing as well, not only for ad-free viewing, but access to a bunch of custom emotes that I have. And likewise, if you're watching this later on YouTube, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button there as well. At any rate, my friends, I want to thank you all so much again for watching. And until next time, this is TheBlueBadger, signing off for now. And I'll see you guys next time.